Hello, my name is Lenny Rowan. I'm an account executive in Georgia for Tarkett. I have been with Tarkett just over 10 years now. I started with the Sentiva brand, selling just luxury vinyl tile, slowly took on carpet, and now the resilient products. And today I'm going to be doing a little demonstration on how I plan to sell and position the ID Latitude collection with Tectonic. We know this is going to be a 20 mil product collection, aggressively priced, but the differentiators are going to be huge. The first being, number one, it's made in Florence, Alabama. Start to finish, made in the United States. What does that mean? It means control over raw materials, lead times, control over your tariffs, and it allows us to have more access to the products that we position alongside ID Latitude. So I want to start with some things that I take into presentations when I sell not only Latitude with Tectonic, but now our Contour with Tectonic, and talk about how I position it alongside our other portfolio. The first thing I would take in is a wear layer book. These are fantastic. Whenever we start talking about the different wear layers, it's super, super effective to be able to show that to an end user or a client to allow them to feel it. This is ultimately, outside of our Tectonic coating, what controls your warranty, your price, and the longevity of your LVT. So this is helpful. Of course, a large piece, I like to take in things that have a little bit of texture and modeling for what I'm going to show you later. I think those are just home run performers and what our clients like to see. I take in a full piece of metal edge, a full piece of soft surface. Now our masquerade product that coordinates. Whenever the collection comes out, hopefully you'll take in large samples of various colors of the Latitude product and some coordinating things so you have some platforms to talk about of the different coordinating and things that are designed to match with ID Latitude LVT. Soft surface, resilient products, rubber, linoleum, sheet goods, and of course our base. So to get started, I like to talk about performance. That's one of the main things that I think our customers are super concerned with outside of course, price and design. I think performance is key because so many of our customers have already had an experience, multiple experiences sometimes with LVT, whether it be ours or a competitor's. So there are some things that maybe they've got a little, what we call heartburn over, maybe some problems they've had before, questions, way they do it differently if they specified LVT again. And I think Latitude gives us the opportunity to tell them about some differentiators with our 20 mil LVT. So in talking with the design team, I said, this is how I sell it. Whether it's funny or something different, I guarantee you people will remember it. So I like to take in, again, I said before, and this is a piece of our Contour product with Tectonic on it, but I like to take in something, and again, before starting, I like to show the customer exactly, walk them through exactly how our metal edge product works. I like to show them exactly what it looks like when it's put together. It's often something that they can show them a piece, but when they see exactly how that looks, it's like, wow, that looks really, really nice, a clean finished edge. With the product itself, I have a few tricks, and I've used them for a long time. Most people would use this to flatten a chicken breast before making chicken parmesan. I like to use it to showcase how durable our products are. So I brought something that has, again, a little modeling to it, which is of course forgiving, some dark solids, which are not. So I like to encourage my customers, because I have faith in our Tectonic coating, to use this themselves. Take it, beat it, drag it along. If you're not comfortable with something maybe a little bit far-fetched, a screwdriver also works well. This is day in, day out abuse that our customers are going to have, whether it be for extreme foot traffic, rolling loads, pulling, dragging things. This is something that if a customer has had an experience with LVT and it's negative, it's often because of a scratching or scuffing complaint. So I think it's important to say, let us earn your business. And by earning your business, that means try our product out. Try to scratch it. Can they scratch it? Can they damage it? Of course they can. You can damage concrete if you try hard enough. But I think it's great to put in perspective how hard it is and how much effort you're actually putting in to damage the product, and if that's actually something that they'd endure on a day-to-day basis. scissors are also something that, again, schools, kids, they drop them. Does this dent? Does this scratch? Can the kids, if they get their hands on this, can they damage your flooring? Of course, we'll be highlighting the color platforms of the Latitude collection. This is where I like to bring in a little trick that we used from the kits that came with our Tectonic launch for the contour collection. Even though we don't have any full kits anymore, you may have one left, you can still use the Sharpie trick, which I think is actually very effective. So I encourage you to do this with a lighter product. Take a mark, let the mark dry. Do not try to go and take this off the minute you put it on. It's going to smear, and even though it'll come off, it smears and it gets ugly and it's not as presentable to a client. Let it dry for a minute. Do this first. Maybe showcase this, set it to the side, maybe do a scratch test or talk about some other products. And then once it's dry, come back to it. Take alongside you regular rubbing alcohol. And I just use either a rag, whatever I have. These are face pads. So once this has dried, I'm going to take just a small bit of the alcohol, put it right on your pad here. And marker comes right off. So I think this is important to do this in front of a customer. Certainly make sure it's a brand. I use Sharpies usually, but make sure it's a brand that you've tried before. Don't pick up something. Don't change any variables for the first time in front of the customer. I think it's important to use a sample that you know you trust, a product that you know you trust. You know, this is Kroger brand, but I would still not take in, again, something I hadn't tried myself. And it's just something you can make a small kit with. So this is a play off of some things that Armstrong has tried to advertise with their Diamond 10, and although effective, we actually supersede their test results. And I think most of theirs they actually do themselves. So this is something that the customer can try. So we've talked about durability. We've talked about where is it manufactured. I think another key selling point is going to be the availability. This is going to be a partial quick ship collection. So knowing which ones those are and positioning those as quick ship, I think is going to be huge. And again, leveraging the other products in our portfolio. That's one thing that I think we often forget, is that we may not have the lowest number on each and every individual piece of the project, but encouraging your customers to specify as many pieces of the Tarkett portfolio and encouraging them to do that allows us more leverage in cost averaging across the entire job. We can certainly move money around where we need to if we have 4 products on the job versus just 2. So something to keep in mind for sure. I hope this has been helpful. I look forward to seeing big numbers coming out of your ID Latitude sales, and have a good rest of your evening. Bye-bye.